Okay, in this video we're going to wrap up some of the Twitter package functions and just some miscellaneous things that you can do. So if we look here, we're going to look at get trends. That's another function within the Twitter package. And so if you're not familiar with Twitter, a trend is basically a trending topic in a location, whatever it may be. And the way you look them up is, as you see here, available trend locations. So we're going to go ahead and run that and see what comes up. So this is a long list of just locations throughout the world. And it's pretty impressive that all these are documented in here. And the reason that this is necessary is that you'll see this WOEID. Now if you want to get a trend, you have to use the WOEID. And like it says, it's a numerical identification code for a specific location. And they get it from Yahoo. So in order to do that, I wanted to look up what trends were near me. So closest trend locations, that's another function, like you see here, where you pass in the latitude and longitude. Now, no, I do not know the latitude and longitude of where I live. So all I did was type in latitude and longitude near me. Let's see what it brings up. So I just copied these and brought them back into RStudio. And actually this one is a negative, so I kind of had to figure that out by trial and error. So we're going to do closest trend locations to me. So as you can see, Salt Lake City is the closest one. So I went ahead and grabbed that number and just put it into there. Get Salt Lake City trends. Let's look at the head. So these are things that are trending in Salt Lake on Twitter. Sometimes I like to look at this view because it's a little more organized than the console down here. So the name is any topic that is trending. And so this is all that is trending within Salt Lake City. Now it doesn't mean it's happening in Salt Lake City, but people in Salt Lake City are tweeting about these things. So pretty interesting functionality in being able to do that. Now another one, getting device type. Now this is an interesting process that you go through. And the example that we think about with this and kind of where it's used is that during the presidential race between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, somebody did an analysis with R and found out that Donald Trump, most of his personal tweets were coming from an Android device, and a lot more of the tweets that were sent by his staff were sent from iPhones. So it makes you wonder how they did that. Well, we're going to walk through that now. So let's go ahead and search Twitter for football. Pretty generic. We're going to pull back 20 of them, and we are going to convert it to a data frame. The data frame is necessary because that is how we are going to pull it apart to be able to look at it. So let's go ahead and open it up real quick just to know what we're working with. So all these texts, and what we're aiming for is this column called status source. Now in here, it's in status source, it's going to have the source of where the tweet was made from, where it originated. So here we are, tweet sources, pull in the data frame, specify the column. Let's go ahead and do that. And now we are going to use a function called gsub, and this is a pretty generic function where it's, like it says, pattern matching. It's looking for a pattern, and so it's looking within these tweets for any tags like this. So if we go here, oh, you can't see all of them. Let's see if we can open them up. So it's looking for this. And basically what this function does is it says look for this and replace it with this. So we're just chopping off this last bit because we don't want to have that. What we're aiming to grab is just this, Twitter for Android or Hootsuite or Twitter web client. We want that text without any of this other junk that's going on here. And then we're going to do another one. We're going to call it stands for string split. And what string split does is that it'll look through a string and it'll split in two at a specified location. So basically we're telling it to look at tweet sources, which is what we've been looking at, and look for this character, the greater than character. And once you find that, split it. So basically it's going to go all the way through here, looking, and then it finds it right here and it says, okay, I'm going to split. I'm going to put that into its own category and I'm going to keep what's over here. And then once we get here, sapply tweet sources with this function, basically what that does, well, let's back up real quick. Let's run that and let's see what it brings back. So as you can see, now it has split the string, but it's still in the same index as both the strings are in the same index level. So that means it's still pretty hard to get to. So what this function does, this sapply, meaning we want to apply whatever we do in here to every single row. And basically what this does is that it goes through and it finds the length of these and it splits these into different indexes. So if we run that and look at the results, we kept the second index that it cut out and we have all the unique origins of these Twitters. So now if we put it into a table, let's look at source table. Oops. So basically counted up how many of these unique values there were and counted them and put them into a table, kind of kept score of which ones had the most. And with that, let's expand this. Let's run pi, throw in source table, and we're going to look at anything greater than 1. So this is the spread of who tweeted from what device. And it looks like Android has the majority for tweeting about hashtag football. So pretty interesting stuff that you can do here. If you're looking at a certain user or a certain category, you can see what those users are most inclined to using. Thanks for watching.